He showed up in her ER, broken, bloodied, and with no name.
I push open the staff break room door with my hip and gesture him in.
Carol Atkins
He steps inside like it's holy ground.
Gray-eyed mystery
Sit down,
man
okay?
Crash into her life like a wrecking ball,
pointing at the
renting her
stained
couch,
vinyl chair in the
stealing
corner
her heart,
that only wobbles
and wrecking her
if you lean
sense of
just
control
right.
with every pant.
There's
and promise.
tuna sandwiches and burnt coffee.
He was hers.
If anyone asks,
Until
you're
he
waiting for me
wasn't.
to finish my shift?
Because Crash
That's
is
it.
actually
Don't get
Alexander
cute.
Vanderbilt, missing
Don't say
billionaire
anything about
Heir,
concussions,
walking
amnesia,
headline,
or
and the
wandering the
centerpiece
streets
of a legacy
like a sad
soaked
indie
in
movie.
power secrets.
He
and
nods
blood.
fast,
already
Now
zeroing
Carol's
in
on
every
every
sandwich
tabloid
pile
from
like he
Manhattan to
spotted a
Tokyo,
life raft,
nursing a broken heart.
and
okay,
dodging
maybe the
paparazzi
tuna
like a
smells like
full-time
cat food
job.
and regrets,
But hunger
Alex,
doesn't give a fuck about
he's coming
dignity.
back. Go ahead.
Not
I
as
add,
the confused
watching him
man
peel
she
back the cling
saved,
film
but
like
as
it's
the
treasure.
heir she made whole.
They're Rhonda's,
and this
she
time,
hoards them like
he's
gold,
not
but she'll
asking.
forgive me. Probably.
He's claiming.
Eventually. He takes a
I can
bite
hear
and actually
rustling.
moans.
Shouts
Not sexy
bouncing
moan,
off
more
the
like a
sterile
holy shit
walls.
food exists
Too many
moan,
voices,
which honestly
all
same.
of them sharp.
I raise an
panicked.
eyebrow.
Head trauma,
Damn, Crash.
possible concussion,
If I
laceration
knew you were
on the
that
right
easy
leg.
to impress,
Get me
I would have
vitals
offered
again.
you hospital
He needs an
meatloaf.
X-ray on that
He
left
grins,
arm
mouth
stat.
full.
Blinding lights cut
Might be
through
the best
black
thing I've had
behind
all
my
week.
eyelids,
That's the
pulsing
saddest
like
sentence I've
strobes.
heard all day.
My head's
and I
pounding,
dealt with a guy
thud,
who
thud,
had a
thud,
bottle
like
stuck
a
up his
war
ass at
drum
1
beaten
a.m.
with steel
His smile
fists.
gets a little bigger. Make yourself
Something
comfortable,
warm trickles
I say,
down the
tossing
side of
him a
my
napkin.
face, sticky.
We've got
Copper
4 more
tang on
hours
my
before we
tongue.
make our escape. And if
Blood.
Rhonda catches
Sir,
you eating
can you
her
hear me?
sandwich,
A face
you can deal
looms
with
over
the
me.
fallout. He looks up
Masked,
at me soft, grateful.
glasses fogged.
And fuck, I don't
Their
say
eyes
this
are
often,
intense.
but the break room's never
Frantic.
felt warmer.
Sir,
Crash.
can you tell
Carol
us your
works.
name?
Like really
Sir,
fucking works.
can you
I knew
squeeze my
nurses
hand?
had long hours.
My fingers twitch.
Everyone says that like it's
It
just
feels
part of the
like
job
someone
description clock
else's
in.
hand,
For 12 hours,
someone
maybe cry in a
else's
supply
body.
closet, then save
My
a life
skin
before
is
lunch.
cold,
clammy.
but seeing it,
There's the soft hiss
watching
of
her move.
oxygen.
It's another
the
level
rhythmic beat
entirely.
of machines
She's running on
clinging to me
fumes
like leeches.
and black coffee.
My name,
darting
I
from
open my
room
mouth.
to room.
Air hisses
Like
out,
she's
but nothing
powered by
comes.
pure spite.
A ghost of a sound
and
caught in my
muscle
throat.
memory.
My name.
I've seen her
Fuck, it's
deal
right there.
with 10
Right on the
patients
edge.
in under an hour.
I dig for it.
She
clawing
draws
through the
blood
haze,
checks,
like drowning
vitals,
hands
juggles,
reaching for the surface.
medication
but all I
schedules,
get is
like she's
static.
playing a
More
high-stakes game of
Someone
roulette,
cuts away fabric.
and still
I feel the
manages to
shears
yell
slicing
at
up
an
my
intern
pants leg.
and answer a
Cool
phone
air
without breaking
hits raw
stride.
skin.
One
The
second
sting of
she's sweet
antiseptic
talking a
following
terrified
fast
old
behind.
woman
who thinks her
I
heart
jerk a
monitor is a
guttural
bomb
noise
slipping
next
from my
she's
lips.
snapping
Easy,
gloves
he's coming
on
too.
like she's about
Get
to
ortho
fist
on
fight
standby.
death itself.
I want
And
scans
on top
on his
of all
arm
that,
before we
she's
risk
bringing
setting
me to her
anything.
home.
Pupils
Me,
reactive.
mystery man.
Jesus,
with
look
a
at that
fucked up
contusion.
head, and a
Something
single
tightens
name
on my
she
head
made
like
up on the
vice.
fly.
My
A
stomach
guy with
lurches.
no ID, no past.
Am I moving?
No
The gurney
anchor.
jolts and
A
rolls,
human
metal
question
wheels
mark
shrieking
in her
against
break
tile.
room chair, eating
Overhead
someone
lights
else's
blur
tuna
into
sandwich,
white streaks,
and
and trying not to look like a
the
charity
shouting
case.
fades into
I
a
tried
hum
to argue,
like water in my
honest
ears.
to God, who the hell am I?
But when she
my
looked
eyes
at me
crack
with those
open and the
eyes,
world
sharp
spins.
and tired,
There's
and
a woman
real,
running
the
alongside
words
blonde
caught in
hair,
my
tied
throat.
back her gloved hand,
I
pressed
didn't
against
have
my
the
chest,
strength to push back,
holding me down.
keeping me
Not
tethered.
anymore.
Stay with me, she
Not
says,
after the last
firm,
few nights.
commanding.
Her eyes
Not
lock
after
onto
freezing
mine
my
like
ass
anchors
off next to a dumpster.
Don't close your
and
eyes,
waking
not
up to
yet.
the sound of
You're
screaming
not dying
that
on
might
me.
have been mine.
Okay?
And
dying.
now
That
I'm sitting
word
here
slices
watching
through
her
the
blaze
fog.
through her shift
No,
like a storm in scrubs.
not yet.
And I've had to
Not
swallow
until I
tears
remember
twice.
who I am. Not because I'm scared.
Not until
not
I figure
anymore.
out why my
but
whole
because
body
I'm
feels
fucking
like it's been
relieved.
chewed up and
Because
spit
for
out
the
by
first
hell
time in
itself.
4 days,
But there's a
someone
shadow in the
actually
corner of
wants
my
me
mind,
somewhere.
a
I don't know
flicker
what
of
I did
something
before.
hands,
Who I
clenched
was.
fists,
If I was worth a
screams,
damn.
a
But
flash
right
of
now,
fire,
I know this.
then nothing.
Carol sees
My
me.
mouth moves
and right
again.
now,
Still
that's
no
everything.
name.
Just the sound
That's
of
the
my
whole
heart
fucking
hammering.
world.
Who the fuck
After
am I?
4
Caroline
hours,
Atkins,
which actually
turns
Carol,
into 5.
what are you still
because
doing
some
here?
guy coded, and she sprinted
Rhonda's
out like a
voice cuts
goddamn
through the
war
hallway
medic.
like a buzzsaw.
She
wrapped in
finally bursts
sarcasm.
into the break room.
She's leaning
Her
against
scrubs
the
are wrinkled, her
nurse's station,
ponytail's
arms
halfway
crossed,
undone,
half a tuna
and there's
sandwich
this
in
little
hand,
smear of something on
like
her
it's the
cheek
goddamn
that might be
scepter of
blood
authority.
or maybe pudding.
One
Honestly,
of the old guard
I don't even
queen queen
desk.
of St.
She tosses
Eliot's
her bag over one shoulder,
and
glances at me
born
and
to
says,
intimidate
simple as
residents
breathing.
and interns
Come on,
alike.
let's go
I
home.
sigh,
Toss
home,
my gloves in the
Jesus.
bin, and yank
That
the tie
one word
out of my
hits
hair.
like a truck.
Big crash
I
downtown.
nod, but my throat's too
Drunk
fucking
asshole
tight to speak.
T-boned a sedan full of
I shove
seats.
down the burn behind
Airbags
my
saved
eyes
most of
and
them,
stand
but
up,
one
trailing
poor
behind
bastard
her,
took a
like I'm
steering wheel
afraid
to
she'll
the
change
face
her mind
and a
if I
lamppost
move
to
too
the
slow.
arm. We step out
He's
into the
in
New York
MRI
night
now,
and the cold
probably
sucker
leaking
punches
brain
me
juice.
biting straight through
Rhonda
my
raises
hoodie
a gray
and sweats.
brow, unimpressed.
She pulls her
And this
jacket
is your
tight around her
circus
chest,
because I shrug.
punches her shoulders,
Because I'm a
and
sucker for
sighs
trauma,
deep
and I
as she
hate my own
unclips
bed.
her hair.
What can I say?
A waterfall.
The walls of
of
this
gold
place whisper
tumbles
sweet
down her
nothings to me.
back, catching the
Bullshit,
streetlights
she
in a way
snorts.
that's unfair.
You just
and
don't
kind of
trust the night
cinematic.
shift to not
She
kill
sighs again,
someone. Damn
breath
right I
curling out
don't,
in a
I
soft
mutter,
ghost.
rubbing the back of my neck.
I don't live
My
close,
scrubs
she says,
are
so we gotta
sticking
hit
to
the
me.
subway.
I'm
Works for me.
98% sweat. I
and
manage
2%
voice low
coffee
horse.
at this point.
I'd walk to
Last time
goddamn
I
Jersey
handed
if
over
it
to
meant staying in
Patel,
her orbit
a guy
for a
with
few
a
more
punctured
hours.
lung got sent
She
to
glances at
ultrasound
me, eyes
before
flicking over
anyone
my
noticed
hoodie
he was
and the
turning
obvious
blue.
lack
Rhonda
of proper
snorts
winter
again,
gear and mutters,
finishes her sandwich like it's a
"Remind me
mic
to
drop.
buy you a real fucking coat
You're
before
gonna
the
stroke
frost
out
eats
one
your
day,
ass
Carol.
alive."
Not
I huff
today,
a
I
laugh.
say.
I'll put it on
Today
the
I'm
list,
running on
right under
caffeine
name
spite
and past.
sheer disbelief
Her
in
mouth
everyone
twitches
else's
like she wants to
competence.
smile.
She
but
chuckles,
refuses
pats
to
my shoulder
encourage
with
my
her
bullshit.
tuna-scented hand.
The streets hum.
Go
with
drink some
traffic,
water before you
distant
dry out
sirens
and
wailing
blow away
like
drama
the city's
queen.
lullaby.
I smirk.
Carol
Love you
walks
too, Rhonda.
fast,
I
sharp
turn
elbows,
back toward
no
radiology
nonsense
just as a
gait,
monitor
cutting
starts
through people
beeping
like
it's
she's
screaming
allergic
bloody
to
murder.
bullshit. Fucking perfect.
I stay close
I
behind,
push open the
watching
MRI
her
suite
navigate
door,
the chaos,
and the hum of
like
the
she
machine
owns it.
fades behind me,
Like
giving
nothing
way to that
phases her.
sterile stillness,
Like she's
that
carved
always
out her
settles
space
after
in
a
this
scan.
city with a scalpel and
He's
a temper.
still on the gurney
We
legs,
hit the subway,
sprawled
and she
awkward
doesn't
sheet,
even ask.
barely covering the ripped
Just
mess of a
taps her
torso.
Metro card
Someone
twice.
clearly carved
No
out of marble
ceremony,
and protein
no big
shakes.
deal. Like
His
it's
eyes
normal to
find
pay
mine,
fair for
gray
your stray
sharp,
amnesiac
even though he's
project.
clearly still
I
swimming
stand
through
there
the tail
feeling
end of whatever
useless,
hell
weighing
he's
the
been through.
ridiculousness
Blood
of trying to
crusts
stop
along
her
his hairline
with
where
the
the
fact
gash is
that the
ugly,
last
but not
cash I
too
had
deep.
was hers.
He's got the beginnings
What am
of
I
a
gonna
bruise
do?
blooming on his temple,
Argue about her
and
buying
a
me a
pissed-off
$2
expression
ride with her
that
own
tells me
50.
he's
The
not the type
turnstile
to sit
beeps,
still,
and she doesn't
even
wait.
when he's half dead.
She's already
"How's the
halfway down
head?"
the
I
stairs,
ask,
shoulders
looping the
hunched into
vitals
her
monitor
coat hair,
back around
still
his arm
spilling down
and
like
checking
it's
the
got its own
connections.
damn attitude.
People
My
look.
hand brushes his skin,
I see it.
warm, solid.
Some sideways
and
glances.
Fuck yeah, there's muscle.
Me and my dirty hoodie
My
and
fingers
castor
don't
and her
linger,
tired
but my
scrubs
brain
and messy
sure
hair.
as hell does.
We don't match.
Better I offer
Not in
cocking
any
a brow.
obvious way.
Feels like I
But
drank
she
all
either
night.
doesn't
He
notice
mutters,
or doesn't
voice
give a
gravelly
single
and
fuck,
low,
and
like it
honestly,
hasn't decided
that might
yet
be
if
my
it's going to work
favorite thing
properly.
about her.
I smirk.
We ride the stations in silence.
Well, you skipped the fun part
the
and
rattle
went
of
straight
the
to the
train
concussion.
filling the space between
Efficient.
us. He tries to
It's
smile,
warm,
wincing
too
halfway
warm,
through it, like the air's been
Did I at
breathed
least
a
have a
thousand
good
times
time?
already
I chuckle.
and recycled through
Not
regrets
unless
and
your
strangers.
idea of a good time includes kissing a
My
steering
arm
wheel and bleeding all
aches.
over my hospital.
She
His
leans
eyes
against the
flick to
pole,
mine
eyes
again.
half closed,
Not quite
and I watch her
focused,
profile
but
like a
sharp enough
goddamn
to take
creep,
stock of me.
soaking up the lines of her
And maybe I
exhaustion.
imagine it. Then our stop
There's
hits.
a little
She
smirk
grabs my
tugging
hand
at
to
that
pull me off the
busted lip
train.
now.
And
Shitty
holy
says
was hoping you were
I
the
feel
after
it
party.
down to my
I roll my
bones.
eyes so hard they
Her
almost
fingers
exit
wrap
my
around
skull.
mine like it's natural.
Wow.
Like it's just a
Head
thing she
trauma
does.
and pickup lines.
And the warmth of her hand.
You're lucky you're
ignites
hot,
something
or I'd
in my
unplug
chest
your
I
IV
can't
for that.
name.
You think I'm hot?
Nothing
He
romantic,
asks,
not
all mock
exactly.
innocent. I think you
Just
need to shut up before you
real.
pass out again.
Like being
I mutter,
tethered again,
grabbing the
even
rails
if
of the
just for
gurney
a second.
and starting to
She
wheel
lets
him
go
out.
the moment
He
we hit the
groans, not from
sidewalk,
pain,
and the
but
cold
with that
rushes
little
back
edge of
in,
amusement,
like it was waiting to punish me
Damn.
for feeling anything at
Cold.
all.
Welcome
we
to
walk
St.
2
Elliot's.
blocks in silence.
I
Feet
say we keep
echoing
it
in puddles
sarcastic and
grit
slightly flirty
until she
to mask
finally
the
turns
emotional
the
trauma.
corner and
His
nods
laugh
toward
turns
the
into a
building.
cough, and then he winces
Old, maybe
again.
pre-war.
I glance at him.
Faded brick.
Easy,
Metal
Romeo.
gate. No buzzers.
Save some charm for when your
Just a
brain
good,
isn't leaking
solid
out your ears.
deadbolt.
He
And the
settles
smell of
back,
someone
still
cooking
smiling.
something heavy
Christ.
and garlic laced.
He
on
really
the second
is too
floor.
fucking cute,
Not for
Fancy.
someone this broken.
Not new. Okay,
Definitely
so here's
not
what we know.
gentrified.
I was in a
And
car
then
accident.
we're at her apartment
Don't remember
door.
it.
5th floor.
Didn't see it coming.
No elevator.
But I believe
My
Carol Carol,
arm's
my
throbbing
nurse.
by the time we get
Because
there.
honestly,
and Carol's
if
only
she
winded
says it
because she's
happened,
been up for
it
17
fucking
hours
happened.
and fueled by nothing but caffeine
She doesn't seem like the
sarcasm
type
and
to
pure
exaggerate.
spite.
Blonde
She jams
hair
the key in
twisted
the
up in a
lock
messy
like it
knot,
insulted her
eyes
once
sharp enough to cut
and
glass,
pushes the
and
door
a
open
mouth
with a
that could
practiced
flay you
shoulder
or make you
shove.
laugh,
Light
depending on her
flicks on with a
caffeine
soft
intake.
click, and I just
Zero bedside
stop.
bullshit.
Because fuck.
Just speed, sarcasm,
cozy.
and a surprising
No
amount of
scratch
muscle
that
for
it's
someone who
heaven.
looks like
It's
she
the kind of
moonlights in yoga
space that
ads.
wraps
She told
around
me
you
between
like a
jabbing needles
thick
into my
blanket
veins and
on a
muttering something
cold
about
day.
goddamn idiots and tequila
Warm,
Tuesdays that some drunk moron
Lived in.
thought it was a good idea to
A
test
tiny
Newton's laws on my
shoebox
car.
of an apartment studio
Full
style.
speed.
No walls.
4-car pileup.
No doors.
I was
Just
apparently
one
the
room
unlucky
trying
meat in
its
the middle
hardest to be
sandwich.
5.
Good news.
There's a
I'm
small
alive.
bed tucked in the far
No
corner,
ventilator. No
with a
machines
comforter that
beeping to
looks
keep
so
me breathing.
soft, I might commit crimes
Just some
for
stitches
it.
in my scalp.
A
left
washer dryer
arm locked up in a
combo
cast,
sits smugly
and a
against the
migraine
kitchen
trying to
wall,
pound its
like a
way out through my
trophy
skull.
She probably had to sacrifice
Carol
a
says
limb
I'm
to get.
lucky. I've
The
seen
living
her
room,
definition of lucky.
barely
It
a
involves
joke.
not bleeding out
Just
on the
a
floor,
tiny
so
beat-up
I guess
love
I'll take
seat
it.
that's
Bad
probably
news.
seen more takeout and bad
My
TV
brain's
than it has
fucked.
actual
Not in the
guests,
stroke victim
and a
kind of
TV
way.
the size
Just
of a lunch tray
blank.
on a crooked IKEA
No name.
stand. But there's
No
art on the
age,
walls, real
no memory
art,
of where I
not
live,
hospital
or if
motivational
anyone's
crap.
looking for me.
A poster for
No
Jaws, a framed
phone.
print of some
Nothing
abstract
but a hospital
cityscape,
bracelet
and a gown that
fairy
leaves my
lights
ass
tacked
hanging
up
out
around the window.
Apparently,
When the
cast in
fire
a
department
soft
pulled me out of the
amber
car,
glow that
I was
makes the whole
unconscious.
place look like a scene
They
from a
cut my
movie
clothes
where
off,
people
bagged
kiss in
what they
kitchens
could,
and
but
spill
there wasn't
wine
a
on the
single
floor.
thing with
It's
a
not
name
much,
on
she
it.
says, towing off
No
her shoes by
driver's
the door.
license.
But it
No
beats the shelter.
receipts.
She says
No
it like
credit
it's
card.
nothing, like she's
Not even a
offering
fucking
me the only
keychain
soft
with a
place
football
I've seen
team
in
on it.
days. I stand
Just
in the
me.
doorway like an
Broken
idiot
bones, a
swallowing
concussion,
hard.
Carol.
In
silence. I say my
Carol
voice
keeps
rough,
checking on
cracked
me.
at the edges.
Every few hours she comes
This is
by,
the best
pokes and
thing
prods,
I've
makes
seen
me
in my
say,
entire
"The date
fucking
wrong."
life.
Makes me
She
squeeze her
snorts,
fingers
kicks off her
firmly,
other shoe,
and tosses me
flicks
a
her
look
hair
like
out
I'm
of the
either
scrunchie
about to
like she's
die
shedding her whole
or
day
about
with
to
it.
start crying.
Then
And
you've
she
had a
doesn't
really
have
shit
time for
week,
either.
Crash.
She
She
shrugs off her
crash.
jacket and
It
hooks
started
it with
as
the
a
kind
joke,
of
but it
bone-deep
stuck.
exhaustion.
And
that
honestly,
says
right
she's
now,
done
that's
being
the
a
only
nurse for the
identity
day,
I've
even
got.
if she's
I'm
still
halfway
stuck
into an
taking care of
Olympic
one
level
last
wrestling
stray.
match with
Go
my
take a
own
shower,
damn arm.
she says, already
This
kicking
stupid
her bag
cast
into the corner
weighs a
with
ton,
practiced chaos.
and every movement
Clean
feels
towels
like
under the
trying
sink.
to fold a
I got
cinder
some new
block.
razors in the drawer too, in case
The
you want to
slings
shave that
twisted,
sad little beard
the pillows
situation you got
shifted,
going.
and
I blink
I'm
at her,
one
still
bad
rooted to the
elbow
same
slip
goddamn
away from
floorboard.
flinging the
Like I'm not
entire
sure
thing
this
off the
isn't a
bed
hallucination.
when the door bangs
You
open.
sure, I ask?
Carol
Voice
backs
stupid
and hips
small.
first tray,
Her head
balanced
snaps
like a
toward
pro,
me
her
like I
scrubs
just
wrinkled
asked if
hair a
water's
mess,
wet.
and somehow she
She
still
raises
looks
a
like she
brow,
owns
already
the damn
halfway
place.
to biting
Dinner
sarcasm.
time.
Yeah,
She announces
she
in
says
that
dry as hell.
concrete voice
No
that
way
makes
I'm
it
letting
sound
you
like
sleep
she's
with the
delivering
street
a
still
death
on you.
sentence.
You smell like
Hope you
regret
like
and
hospital
rainwater,
mash
and
and
I don't
peas.
want that funk on my
Gourmet
sheets.
shit.
I finally
I groan
step further
dramatically.
and toe off my boots
Please
by the
tell
door
me there's
like
at
she
least
did, salt
and glance
involved.
toward the bathroom.
Dream on, Crash.
It's small,
She says,
neat,
swinging the tray onto the little
smells
wheel
like
table
lavender,
like she's
and
flipping a
whatever the
card
hell
onto the
normal
table
life
in a
is
poker
supposed to
game.
smell like.
Salt is a luxury
There's a
reserved
towel
for patients
folded on the
without
sink
head
already,
trauma
like
and
she
the
knew I'd
hospital's
agree before
lawyers'
I did.
nightmares.
I turn
She
back
eyes
toward
my
her.
struggle for
Thanks,
a beat,
Carol.
then
She
steps
doesn't
closer,
look up from
sighing.
whatever she's unpacking.
Just don't
Jesus,
clog
you
the
look
drain
like you're
with
trying
street
to
gunk,
arm wrestle
she
your sheets
mutters.
and losing.
Or
Because
blood.
I am.
I'm not mopping
I
anything
mutter.
red tonight. Right.
This cast
Definitely not
is
a
made
softie.
of lead.
I shut the bathroom door
Who
behind
decided
me
to
and lean
immobilize
against it
me
for a second, chest
and then
tight
put
with
the mashed
something
potatoes
dangerously
just
close
out of
to
reach?
emotion.
Torture.
Rehab,
Maybe
she
gratitude.
deadpans. Eat your way back
Maybe
to
just
health.
the fact that
Or
for the
don't.
first time
I'll just
since
write you
waking
up as
in that sterile
non-compliant
hospital
and
room,
enjoy watching the
I don't
dietitian
feel
throw a tantrum
completely
tomorrow.
fucking
She
alone.
adjusts the
And
tray
all
stand
because some
with one
overworked,
hand,
foul-mouthed
nudging it
nurse
closer to me
refused
until the
to look the other
plastic-wrapped
way.
meal
I take a
is
shower.
directly
I hesitate
under
at
my
first
nose.
because, I
I
feel
get
like
a
an
whiff,
intruder
something
using her
vaguely
stuff.
buttery and
Her bathroom's
entirely
clean,
synthetic.
not fancy.
Smells like glue,
but
I
clearly
say.
hers.
Which is an
Pink
upgrade
razor
she
on the
fires
shelf,
back.
half-used candle on
Last
the
week's
windowsill.
meatloaf could
It
have been
smells
used
like
to
vanilla
patch drywall.
and probably
I stared at
soft
her for a
memories.
second.
And the kind of
You
shampoo
always
that
this
smells like
charming?
it was made for
Or is it
people
just
who still
me?
believe
She
in good
grins.
mornings. Lemon
Oh,
and
crash.
strawberry.
Bright
I'm
and sweet.
always this
the kind
charming.
of scent that doesn't belong
You're
on a
just
guy
the
who
only
spent
one
a week
awake enough to
marinating in
suffer
street
through
sweat
it.
and bad decisions.
Then
I pump
she
a blob
jabs a
into my
spoon
palm,
into
grimace
the
a
lump
little,
of
and mutter
mash
to myself.
and offers it to me
Sorry,
like
Carol,
she's feeding a
before
toddler
working it into my hair.
Twice.
Because holy
Ah.
fuck, I needed
Fuck off,
this.
I say,
I
but I'm
scrub
already
myself
opening
like
my
I'm
mouth.
trying to
She
erase the
smirks.
last 4 days.
That's the spirit.
Like
After
if I
2
scrub
bites,
hard enough,
maybe 3,
the concrete
but who's
will
counting?
melt off my
I'm
skin,
seriously contemplating
memories
just
will
gnawing
crawl
on the
back into
plastic fork
place.
instead.
My
The
casted
mash is
arm
dry,
is a
like
pain
they
in the
squeezed
ass.
all the moisture out.
Awkward
and then
angles
punished it
water
for
I have to
existing.
keep away from the wrap,
The peas
but I manage.
taste like they've been
I work
rehydrated
around it
from
like
some
it's a part
Cold
of me
War
now,
bunker supply.
because for all I know,
I
it
swallow
is.
anyway
And the
because
water
Carol's
hot
watching me
and
like
steady.
a hawk. who might
Feels
stab
like
me
the
with the
closest
spoon if I
thing to
complain
heaven
too loud.
I've had in
pause,
years clear my throat, or days,
and ask
the question that's
been
been
burning
however
a hole in my
long
brain
I've
since I
actually
woke up in
existed
this
like
fluorescent
lit purgatory.
My sense
Did
of
someone ask
time's
for me?
shot
She
to
doesn't
hell.
flinch.
But one
Just
thing
keeps
certain,
rearranging
This
the
is
tray
the
like
first
the
time I
answer
felt
isn't going to
clean
sucker
in a
punch me.
week.
She
Clean,
shakes her head
but
once.
also exposed.
Naked in
No.
the truest, most humiliating
But we
sense.
put out that
because
a tall,
I shouldn't be here.
dark-haired, concussed man
I
is
shouldn't
on the
be in
lookout
Carol's
for a name
shower
and family.
using her lemon strawberry shampoo,
Very dramatic,
standing on her
she
bath
adds
mat,
with a faint
touching
smirk.
the things she trusts in a
Social
space
worker
she
helped
let me
file
into.
it statewide.
It's needed.
You're
It's
a
a
walking
fucking John
gift.
Doe now,
And
it's so goddamn embarrassing
VIP
that I have to
status.
blink
1.
fast and bite the inside of my cheek to stop anything from
I
slipping
nod
out with the
slow.
steam. I
My
rinse
fingers
off
twitch
one
against
last
the
time,
blanket.
breathing through it, trying
That
to
should
keep it
sting more than
together.
it does,
Then
but
I
it's just
dry
numb.
off with the towel she
guess I
left
didn't
soft,
really
expect
fluffy
some tearful
smells like
reunion through the
detergent and
doors.
sanity,
And I
No one
immediately hit a
storming in,
wall,
screaming
a
my
very
name,
naked,
sobbing
no
into
options,
my
oh fuck
bruised
what now
chest.
kind of wall. Because
Still,
yeah, it leaves a
right,
weird,
I don't
hollow
have
space
clothes.
in my gut.
Not real ones,
Or
not
maybe
clean
that's
ones,
just the peas.
just the same
Someone will turn
grimy
up,
ass hoodie and
she
sweatpants
says
I've been wearing
casually.
since the hospital
Not
kicked me out like a
softly,
used tissue.
not sweetly.
They're in a
But with
heap
that
now,
sharp-edged
smelling like
confidence
5
she wears
days of
like
street
armor.
funk and sadness.
Like she's already
and there's no
decided it'll
goddamn
happen,
way I'm
and the
putting them
universe
back
will just
on
fall in
after that
line.
slice of
Yeah,
shower heaven.
I ask half
So I do
challenging.
the only
She
thing I
shrugs.
can do, wrap the towel
Sure,
around my waist.
You've got
like
the
I'm in a
face of
soap
someone who
opera,
ruins
and hope
brunches
to
and breaks
God
hearts.
I don't flash anything.
Someone's probably
Then
already
awkwardly
filing a
crack
missing
open her
persons
bathroom
report
door
with
with
way
the
too many
offending pile of
adjectives.
clothes in my
That gets a
hands.
dry laugh out of
Carol,
me. What
Mikal
adjectives
voice,
would
half
you
a
use?
squeak. Carol
Yeah.
raises an eyebrow.
She answers
Tall,
from the living room,
dumb,
casual,
mildly
and then I
charming
see
when
her,
sedated.
and
I
holy
grin.
fucking hell,
You
she's
like
not
me.
in scrubs
I like
anymore.
quiet patience.
She's
She
barefoot, golden
You
hair,
just haven't found your
wild
pain
and
meds
loose,
yet.
She
Wearing this
turns to leave
soft,
already
oversized
halfway to the
t-shirt
door
that
that
hangs
hangs
off
off
one
one
shoulder
shoulder like
like
a sin.
Finish
and
your
tiny
peas.
cotton shorts
Crash.
that are not helping my
We're
brain
not done
function
hoping
in any
yet.
capacity.
I watch her walk out the
Her
door,
legs are
swinging
bare
shut
smooth,
behind
and
her
those
with a
shorts,
soft
Jesus.
click.
They cling to her hips
The
like they were
silence that
custom made for
follows
the
feels
express purpose
heavier
of
than
killing
it
me
should.
where I stand.
Like
She
it's
turns
pressing
slightly,
in
eyebrow
around me,
raised. What's the
crowding
matter?
the
And
edges
I
of the
blink
bed,
once,
crawling up the
twice.
walls.
Brain rebooting.
The kind of quiet
I
that
don't
makes your
have
thoughts
clothes,
get too
I
loud.
say. I look down at the tray.
Dumb.
The peas
So
sit there
fucking
like little
dumb.
green
I'm
lies.
standing here with her towel
I stab
barely
one
hanging on and a
half-heartedly
pile of
and pop it into
biohazard in my
mouth,
arms,
just so I can
and all
say
I can do is
tried.
stare at the
Someone will
curve of
turn
her
up.
ass
Carol
and think
said it
you
like it was a
absolute
fact.
idiot. Stop
gravity.
ogling your savior.
Like the sky being
She eyes
blue
the
and
clothes,
hospital
then
coffee
me.
tasting
Right.
like burnt
Fuck.
tar. I would wear the towel
what if
forever.
no one
I add
does?
deadpan, but I don't
if
want to
I'm
scar you for
nobody?
life. She snorts.
What if there's no one out there
Please,
looking?
I've seen
because I don't
worse.
belong to anyone.
One of our residents got
shift,
naked in the
adjusting the
middle of
damn
the
cast
ER
again.
once and started singing
My
opera.
body aches. Was it better or
My
worse
head's
than
a
what's
foggy
happening
mess
now?
of static
I
and
ask.
flashes.
She walks
None of it
toward her
useful.
dresser, muttering,
Just
Slightly less
impressions.
awkward, believe it or not.
Feelings.
I watch her
Not
dig
even
around,
full
and it's
memories.
pure goddamn torture.
The smell of gasoline.
Her legs
wind,
flex that shirt rides
cold
up just
metal,
enough to expose the
panic,
danger zone, and I have
then
to physically
black.
look away
The name
before I pop
Crash
this
isn't
towel
mine,
clean off my
but
body.
it's all I've got.
Here, she says,
That,
tossing
and the
me
way
a pair
Carol
of
says it
soft-looking
with that
sweats
teasing
and a
lilt
worn-in
in her
T-shirt
voice.
that smells
Like
her.
she's already
I catch them like they're
decided I'll
priceless
keep answering
artifacts.
to it.
Thanks.
Like she's
I
got
mutter
me
throat
figured
dry.
out.
No
But she
problem,
doesn't.
she says, like
No
it's
one
the
does.
easiest goddamn
Not even
thing in the
me.
world.
I glance
Leave
at the
those by the
clock.
door. I'll toss them in the wash.
Only 15
I hesitate,
minutes
glance
have
down at the
passed
festering
since she
pile
left.
of street-flavored shame in my hands.
Feels like an hour.
Okay. I do as I'm
I
told.
wish she'd come
because
back.
what the hell else am I gonna do?
Not even for the
Argue while
company,
half
not
naked in
really.
her hallway.
The bathroom
Just
door
for the
clicks
anchor.
shut behind me, and I
She's
finally
the only
breathe.
thing
that feels
I
real
pull on the
right
clothes
now.
she gave me.
My thumb
The
brushes
t-shirt is
against the
soft
inside of
and
my
somehow
cast
smells
fingers,
exactly
itchy with
like
restlessness.
like
Maybe
Carol's
my
shampoo
name is written
and
somewhere
dryer
deep in my
sheets,
bones, and
and
I
a
just
long
need to shake
exhale
hard enough
after
to
a bad
remember.
day.
I lean back against the pillow,
It's big enough
staring
to
at the
fit
ceiling,
me,
trying to
stretches
imagine
across my
someone looking
chest
for
without
me.
choking
A woman,
me,
which is
a
a
brother,
miracle in
a
itself.
roommate.
The sweats are worn
Do I
in
have a
as
dog?
hell. The
A cat?
waistband's loose, like maybe
Am I
it used to
married?
be tight. but gave
divorced,
up after a few
a
too many
fugitive.
pizzas.
Or maybe I'm just
the
gone
legs
like someone erased me clean
Yeah,
and perfect.
they hit about
and
3
dumped
inches
me
above
right
my
in
ankles
Carol's
like they're staging
sarcastic
a quiet
laugh like a
rebellion
cosmic
against
joke.
my height.
The thought
But it's
makes me
fine.
smile a
More
little.
than fine.
Someone will turn
It's the
up.
best goddamn
She better be right.
outfit I've
Caroline
worn all week.
Atkins.
I step
Come
back
on.
out.
Someone's
got to
be looking for him.
The low hum
I say,
of her
practically
washer
chasing
in the
after
corner.
Dr.
She
Wilde like a
already started
nurse-shaped
the
shadow.
load. My
You've
gross
seen his
hoodie
face.
and
He looks like he
pants are
belongs on the
probably
cover
doing
of
somersaults
GQ
in their drowning in
post-accident
detergent. And her unexpected
At least give him a few more
kindness.
days.
She's perched
Wilde
on
doesn't
this
even
rickety
slow
little
down.
stool by
Just
her
flips
kitchen
a chart
island.
and keeps walking.
One knee up, elbow
Like
on
we're
the
not
counter,
talking about a living,
stuffing
breathing
her
mystery
face with
man with
something
no
that
name
smells
and
like
too many
sin
bruises.
in pasta form.
Carol, steams still
I can't
curling
do
from the
that.
plate. There's nothing
Her golden
physically wrong
hair's
with
a
the mess
mess
around her shoulders.
We've
and
already
she's
pushed
eating
his
like someone who's
discharge
been
twice.
starving all day.
I can't
which, knowing
justify
her,
a
she
third
probably
without a
has.
psych hold or a
Come
fresh
eat,
wound.
she
I
mumbles
roll my
around a
eyes
mouthful
so
fork,
hard, it's a
stabbing
miracle
into another
I don't
bite.
pass out.
It's broccoli pasta.
He can't
I don't
remember
even
who he is,
hesitate.
Weil.
I walk
He doesn't
over like
know if he's
gravity's
got
yanked me
parents,
across the
a
room.
dog,
Did
a
you cook this
parole
while I was
officer?
showering?
Nothing.
Or did it
You're
just
just
appear
gonna
out of
toss
fucking
him out
nowhere?
like
Hospital
She
trash
shrugs,
day and
chewing.
hope he lands on his feet.
I meal prep.
Weil sighs
Because
like
unlike
I'm a
you,
persistent
I don't
rash.
survive
off hospital sandwiches.
We did
and
what we could.
existential dread. The CT
I
was
smirk,
clean.
grabbing
MRI
the extra
shows
plate
no
she's
long-term
already set
damage,
out for
and
me.
psych says he's lucid.
Hey,
he just
I
has
was trying to
amnesia.
keep the
Carol.
tuna industry
We don't
alive,
admit people
all
for
right? She
inconvenient
rolls her
identity
eyes.
loss. Inconvenient,
Well,
my
congrats.
ass. You graduated to vegetables
snap
and carbs,
arms.
crossed, like
Beat
I
up
might
crash.
physically block the poor guy's
You look like
discharge
you haven't had
myself.
anything warm in days.
He's got
She's
no
right.
ID,
And
no
God damn
phone,
it, this
no
broccoli
money.
pasta tastes
We're basically
like home.
kicking a
We
half-naked,
eat side by
confused
side
man into the
plates
streets
balanced on the tiny
and praying
kitchen
he
island,
remembers his
like we're
social
pretending
security
it's a
number
full
on
dining
the way to the
table.
bus stop.
It's
Weil
not, but I
finally
don't
stops,
give a
turns
shit.
to face
I'm
me. stuffing my face like
He'll
a
go to a shelter.
goddamn maniac. It's
Social
hot.
services
There's
will step in.
garlic. There's
That's
cheese,
their job.
actual
That's your
cheese.
solution.
Not the weird powder
Dump
shit from
hot
vending
concussion
machines,
guy
and I can't
into a
stop.
halfway house.
I don't
and
want
hope
to
someone
stop.
recognizes his
Carol
abs.
eats
He gives me a
slower,
tired look.
more measured, like
This
someone
isn't a
who's
soap
learned
opera,
to savor
Carol.
small things.
Well,
because
no
she doesn't
shit, I
always get
hiss.
them.
Because if it was,
Me,
I'd be
I'm inhaling
dramatically
this
ripping off
pasta
my
like
mask
I might
right
wake
now
up
and
tomorrow
revealing
and
I'm his
it'll all be
long-lost
gone.
wife or some
The
crap.
apartment, the
Instead,
warmth,
I'm
the
just the
fucking
nurse
broccoli.
who gives enough of a
After a
fuck
while,
not to
she
kick a
leans her
lost man
elbow on
out
the
into the
counter
cold
and
with
glances
a
at
head
me,
full of
fork
scrambled
twirling
eggs.
lazily.
Weil
Have
pinches
you
the
remembered
bridge of his
anything?
nose. She asks. You're not
Voice
going to let
low,
this
casual.
go, are you?
But I
Oh,
know that tone.
absolutely fucking
That
not,
quiet,
I
just
say
in
with a
case
smile.
hope laced under the sarcasm.
So either you find me
I
some
swallow
bureaucratic
hard and
loophole
shake
to
my
keep him
head.
in that bed,
No,
or
still
you better
nothing.
believe I'm going to
No
clock
flashes,
out and walk him home
no
myself.
names, no
Unfortunately
tragic
for me and
backstory.
Crash Weil, that
Just
smug
blank
beige
space
bastard
and a
goes ahead
pounding
and files
sense of
the
not
goddamn
knowing who the
discharge
fuck I
papers
am.
like we're talking
She
about
watches me a
ordering
second,
takeout
then
and not
nods like she
ejecting an
expected it.
amnesiac mystery man
Not
into the
disappointed,
wild unknown.
not surprised.
He doesn't even flinch. Just
signs
Carol,
his name with that dry
calm
signature
in a way that makes
I've
you want to
seen on
trust her
1,000
with your
forms
worst
like he's
shit.
mailing in a prescription
Okay,
instead
she
of
says,
upending a life.
dragging
I
the
stand
last
there,
bit of
jaw
pasta
halfway
through the
to the
sauce.
floor,
Then
watching
fuck
him
it.
hand the folder
We're not
off to the
pushing
front
it tonight.
desk like
I
it's
glance
any
at
other
her.
day.
Let's
any
give you
other
some
patient.
days to rest.
You've got to be shitting
She
me.
continues.
I mutter
like
loud
it's
enough for at
obvious.
least 3 residents and
Sleep
a candy
properly.
striker to hear. He
Shower.
shrugs.
Eat shit that
Shrugs.
doesn't come out
Like,
of a gas
sorry,
station
your adorable
or
lost
a
boy
wrapper
is
with
about
a
to become
warning
a
label.
statistic, Carol.
She looks at me again.
But rules are
sharp
rules.
eyes. I
Soft
want to
for
throw
once.
something.
Give your
Maybe
brain
the
something to think
defibrillator.
about. That's not.
Maybe him.
Am I going to
You're
freeze
really
to
gonna
death?
just cut
Or
him
will
loose?
someone steal my
I
shoes
say,
while I
following
sleep?
him again
I
like
let
a
out a breath I
caffeinated
didn't know I'd
terrier
been
on a
holding.
mission. No name,
It comes out
no
shaky,
wallet,
pathetic.
no pants
She
wild.
nudges my knee with hers.
The man still doesn't
We'll
have
deal
fucking
with the
pants.
rest later,
And your
Crash.
brilliant medical opinion
One
is,
fucking
well,
thing
good
at a
luck,
time.
champ. Wild doesn't
Goddamn.
even break
This
stride.
woman.
She's
half
medically
angel,
stable.
half chainsaw.
We can't
And
justify
right now,
the bed.
she's the only
we need
thing
the
keeping
room.
me from falling
Oh, right.
apart.
I snap
Thanks,
arms
I
flying.
mutter. Because
And I
God
mean it
forbid
more than
we
anything
interrupt
I've said
the
since
sacred
I woke
flow
up
of
in that
underpaid
hospital bed.
chaos.
Don't
to
get
help
emotional.
a guy with
She
literally
says,
no
already
goddamn
scraping her
idea who
plate.
he
is.
He
You'll make it
stops,
weird.
sighs,
I
and gives me
smile.
the look.
Can't help it.
The one doctors
It's small,
use when they think you're being
maybe crooked,
emotional.
but it's
As
real.
if compassion is a
The
malfunction.
kind of smile that
This
only
isn't
comes
about
after
feelings,
2
Carol.
full
It's
plates of
about
hot
resources.
food, a
I laugh
warm
one of
room,
those
and someone
ugly,
giving
bitter
half a
little
damn
laughs
whether you live
that sounds
or
like
die.
someone dropped
We
a
keep
scalpel
eating,
on the
no
tile
pressure,
floor.
no forced
it's about how you
conversation.
don't give a single
She
shit
refills
unless
my
there's a
plate
billable
without a word,
procedure
like
and a
it's
room
muscle
number
memory.
on it.
Weil
Like
doesn't
feeding
argue.
strays is just part of
He
her
just
nightly
turns and
routine
walks
now.
away like the fucking
I don't
conversation's
argue.
over.
And
I'm too
just like
full
that it
and too
is.
fucking content to
Discharge
question
confirmed.
anything.
Eventually, the
Crash
plates are
is
scraped
officially
clean,
on the
and the weight of the
hospital's
day
not our
starts settling
problem
into my
anymore
bones.
list. No
It's
family,
sleep
no
time.
phone,
My
no
body's
name.
dragging me
Just
down
his
like it's
good
about to
looks,
collapse,
a
whether I
beat-up
like it
arm in
or
a
not.
sling.
So I
and
head
the
toward the
great
love seat
uncaring
because
void of
there's only one
outside.
bed and it's hers.
Unfucking believable.
The love seat
So I
probably
do what
hasn't fit
any
a human
reasonable,
man since the
emotionally
Clinton
stable,
administration.
definitely not impulsive
I'll have to
person
fold
does.
in half
I
like
go
a
to the
dying
nearest
spider to even try
goddamn
to lie
Walmart,
down.
swipe my debit card,
But it's
like I'm on a
warm.
mission from the
It's
universe,
safe.
and come back
It's
with
not
a
a
bag
fucking
full of
sidewalk
soft
behind a
cotton
Dunkin'
Salvation
Donuts,
underwear
and that's
socks,
enough.
gray sweatpants,
I start gathering
a
the
big
extra
black
pillows
hoodie,
she
and a
tossed
plain
on it
white
earlier.
tee.
No
And I'm
logos,
about to
no
settle
dumb
into my
slogans,
pathetic little
just
cocoon
dignity in
when I
fabric
hear her
form.
voice from
Because
the
you
bed.
know someone has to give a
Crash.
shit.
I
I
look
walk
up.
into his room.
She's standing
by her
the
mattress,
plastic bag
already
onto
in
his
that
lap like I'm
oversized
delivering
shirt
a
again.
care package to
Hair
a stranded
messy,
soldier and
golden
say,
halo,
"Suit
one
up,
leg
Crash."
tucked under her
He
like
blinks.
she's trying to get comfortable.
You bought me.
She
underwear,
jerks her
I
chin
say,
toward the bed.
and socks. Because
Come on.
walking out of here
You take
barefoot
the
and
right
butt-ass
side.
naked
I
wasn't
sleep on the
exactly an
side that's against
inspired
the
exit
window.
strategy.
I blink
He picks up
confused.
the waistband
Wait,
of the sweat
You
size
heard me.
wide like I just handed
I'm fine
him a golden
here.
ticket.
I stammer.
You didn't have to
I
do
don't want to
this.
shit. And he says
I'm not
it's so
trying
soft,
to cross a line
so
or
damn
Jesus
earnest that
she
I want
cuts
to
in,
punch
rubbing a
something.
hand down her face.
Or hug him.
You're not gonna fuck me in your
Or
sleep.
both.
Crash.
The guy
Calm
looks like a
down.
kicked
I
puppy,
choke on trying
nothing.
to thank the person who
That's
kicked
not
him.
what the
You
fuck,
didn't have to
Carol.
do this.
She rolls her
He
eyes.
repeats, like
Look,
it actually
the love
means
seat's gonna
something.
fold you in
Like
half like a
anyone else
lawn
would have.
chair.
I
And
roll
I'm not
my
calling
eyes
911
so hard my
because you
brain
tried to sleep
jiggles.
like a pretzel.
Oh, shut up. My bed's
What was
big
your
enough.
plan?
I
Strut
don't
out
care.
the front doors in a
Just don't
hospital
snore
gown with
or
your
steal the
ass
blanket
flapping
and we'll
in the
survive the
breeze
night.
once. He
I
smirks,
hesitate.
but it's shaky.
You sure? She climbs into
Might
bed
have earned me a
and throws
ride.
the blanket over
Or
herself
an
like
arrest.
she's done arguing.
Exactly, I say.
If I
Pointing at
wasn't,
him like
I'd
he's a
be
slow
pushing your
student,
lanky ass out
which
the
is why
window.
I just dropped
Right.
$40
Fuck
and my
it.
last
I
fuck on
walk
making
over,
sure you
heart
don't freeze
pounding
to
in
death
my
or get
ears,
tossed in
like
a
this
holding
is
cell for
somehow
public
more
nudity.
intimate
He
than
looks down at the
showering in her
clothes in his
soap
lap again.
and eating her
Like he's not
leftovers.
sure if he should touch them or fold
I
them or
ease
cry
onto the
about them.
mattress, slowly careful
Jesus.
not to take
This
up too
guy's
much
got
space.
no memory, no identity,
The sheets
and
are
apparently
warm.
no idea
The
how
pillow
to accept
smells
help
like her.
without looking like he's
I
about
try
to
not to think
apologize
about
for
it too
existing.
hard.
Crash.
She doesn't look at me,
say
just
softer
pulls
now.
the blanket up to
It's
her
just
chin.
clothes.
Sleep
He
crash.
nods.
Yeah, I murmur,
Swallows.
sinking back.
Then mutters, "Thanks."
Good night, Carol.
Don't get sentimental
Good night,
on
she
me.
says.
Then
I
after a
say,
beat, turning
If you
toward the
fart
door.
in your sleep, I
I'm
will
still
suffocate
pissed.
you with
I
a
had to be your
pillow.
wardrobe
Duly
department
noted.
and your conscience
Crash.
today.
Carol
But I
works.
catch him smiling
like
behind
really
me.
fucking
It's
works.
small.
I knew nurses had
That
long
smile.
hours,
But it's
everyone
the first
says that
real
like it's
crack
just part
in
of the
fog
job description
that's
clock
been
in
sitting
for
on his
12
face
hours
since he woke
maybe
up.
cry in a
And
supply
I'll
closet,
take it, then save a life
even if it
before
lasts
lunch.
barely 3
But seeing
seconds
it,
before reality slaps
watching
it
her
off.
move,
You
it's
got
another
any
level
idea what you're
entirely.
gonna do?
She's running on fumes
I
and black
ask,
coffee darting
leaning
from
against
room
the
to
doorway
room,
like I've
like
got
she's
all the
powered
time
by
in the
pure
world.
spite and muscle memory.
I don't.
I've seen her
But for
deal
this,
with 10
I'll make some.
patients in
He
under an
sighs.
hour. Drags a
She
hand
draws
through
blood
that
checks,
stupidly good
vitals,
hair, thick,
juggles
dark, a little
medication
messy from
schedules,
sleep,
like she's
and
playing a
scans
high-stakes
and
game of
stress,
roulette,
and
still
somehow
manages
still
to yell
managing
at
to
an
look like it
intern
belongs
and
in
answer
a
a phone
cologne
without
ad.
breaking stride.
It's
One
1
second,
second, rude,
she's
honestly.
sweet talking.
A
How
terrified
does someone
old
pull
woman
off
who thinks her heart
disoriented
monitor
hot
is
like
a bomb.
that? No
And
clue, he
next,
says.
she's snapping gloves on.
Social
like she's
worker came
about
by
to
this
fist
morning,
fight
gave me
death
the standard
itself.
pitch.
And on top of all that,
Said
she's
I could
bringing
go to
me
a shelter
her
for
home.
now. Me. Then maybe hit the
Mystery
local
man with a
PDs,
fucked
try to
up
see if
head
anyone
and a
filed a
single
missing
name
person
she
that
made
matches
up
my
on the fly.
face.
I nod
A guy with
slowly.
no ID,
The
no
classic,
past,
hope someone
no
claims you
anchor.
like a stray
A
dog
human
plan.
question
He gives me a
mark in
crooked
her
look.
break room chair,
Basically,
eating
I
someone
step in,
else's
toss the
tuna
clipboard onto the
sandwich,
counter and cross
and
my
trying
arms.
not to look like
And
a
you're good with
charity
that.
case.
He shrugs
I tried
one
to
shoulder.
argue.
Don't have a lot of
Honest to
options,
God.
Carol.
The way he
But when
says
she
my
looked at me
name
with
is
those eyes,
gentle,
sharp
like
and
he's
tired,
still tasting
and real, the words caught
like
in
it's
my
the
throat.
only thing he knows for
I
sure.
didn't have the
My
strength
stomach
to push
does a
back.
weird little turn at that.
Not anymore. Stupid.
Not
I
after
after
it
the
up
last
to
few
skipped
nights.
lunch and lingering rage
Not
at
after
while.
freezing my ass
You're not
off
some
next to a
junkie we
dumpster
scraped
and
off the
waking up
sidewalk
to the sound
I
of
say
screaming
louder
that
than
might have been
necessary.
mine.
And
You
now,
could be
Now
someone
I'm
important,
sitting here watching
a lawyer,
her blaze through
a
her
professor,
shift
I
like
don't
a
know, a
storm in
fucking spy with a
Scrubs.
kill list
And I've
and a
had to
burner
swallow
phone.
tears twice.
The hell,
Not
you're
because
just
I'm
gonna
scared,
wander out and
not
hope for the
anymore,
best.
but
I
because
might
I'm
also
fucking
be a
relieved.
janitor with
Because
bad
for the
luck
first time
and a
in
habit
4
of driving
days,
into traffic.
someone
You
actually
definitely
wants me
don't have
somewhere.
janitor
I don't know
energy.
what I did
I
before.
say, squinting at
Who
him.
I was.
Too many abs.
If I was worth
He
a damn.
laughs. But
It's
right
low
now, and a little
I know
rough,
this.
but warm.
Carol sees me.
And
You've
right
been
now,
staring at my
that's
abs.
everything.
Oh, please.
That's the
I
whole
snort.
fucking world. After
I
4
changed your
hours,
sheets
which
and
actually
saw you
turns into
naked
5,
crash.
because some guy
I've had
coded,
front row
and
seats
she
to the
sprinted
gun
out like a
show.
goddamn war
And
medic.
trust me, if your
She
memory
finally
ever
bursts
comes
into
back,
the break room.
you're gonna owe me dinner.
Her scrubs
He
are
smirks
wrinkled,
again, that
her
same
ponytail's
barely
halfway
there one
undone,
from earlier.
and there's this little
But this
smear
time,
of something on
it
her cheek.
lingers.
That might be
Deal.
blood,
God help
or
me.
maybe pudding.
If he doesn't find his
Honestly,
people soon,
I
I'm
don't
going
even
to be the
ask.
one getting emotionally
She tosses
attached.
her bag
And that's a
over one
fucking
shoulder,
terrible idea.
Glances
Okay,
at me
now
and
what?
says,
I'm out.
Simple as
I'm
breathing.
officially a
Come on,
discharged patient of
let's
St.
go
Eliot,
home.
signed off by
Home.
the ever-sympathetic
Jesus.
Dr. Weil, and sent
That
into the
one word
wild
hits
like a
truck.
particularly confused
I
forest
nod,
animal. But my throat's too
Apparently,
fucking tight to
I'm
speak.
physically fit, as
I
per
shove
the
down the
hospital
burn
in the
behind my
glorious state
eyes
of New York.
and stand
Cool.
up, trailing behind her.
Great.
Like I'm afraid
Except
she'll
I've got a
change her
head full of
mind if
jack
I move
shit.
too slow.
Just static.
We step
where there
out
should
into
be
the
a
New York
life.
night.
Nada.
And the cold
Zilch.
sucker
Oh,
punches
Spanish.
me biting
That's
straight through
something
my
I
hoodie and
guess.
sweats.
I know some Spanish.
She pulls her jacket tight
Not enough
around
to
her
solve
chest,
crimes or charm
hunches
old
her
women at a
shoulders,
bodega,
and sighs deep,
but enough to
as
know
she
nada means
unclips
I'm
her
fucked.
hair.
That's
A waterfall of gold
progress.
tumbles
I try to
down
reach
her
for
back,
more,
catching
for
the
a face,
streetlights,
a place,
in
a
way
name,
that's
hell,
unfair,
even a
and
favorite
kind of
cereal.
cinematic. She sighs
Nothing.
again, breath
Blank
curling out in the
pages.
soft ghost.
Like someone hard reset my
I don't
brain
live close,
and forgot
she
to
says.
reload the backup.
So we gotta hit the
So
subway.
here I am standing
Works
on
for
the
me.
sidewalk outside the
I manage
hospital,
voice low
wearing
horse.
the gray sweats.
I'd
and
walk to
black
goddamn
hoodie Carol
Jersey if
bought
it meant
me.
staying in her
The
orbit for a
hoodie's
few more
soft
hours.
smells
She
faintly
glances
like
at
store
me,
plastic,
eyes
and
flicking over
something
my
cleaner.
hoodie and the
It's mine
obvious
now, I
lack of
guess.
proper winter gear,
along with the
and
socks,
mutters,
the underwear, and
remind
50
me to
bucks
buy
she
you a
stuffed into my
real
palm,
fucking coat
like it was
before
no
the
big
frost
deal.
eats your ass alive.
Like it didn't
I huff
mean
a laugh.
anything.
I'll put it on the
One
list,
is the
right under
missuman
name and pass.
iguman,
Her mouth
but it
twitches
did.
like she wants
Honestly,
to smile,
I didn't
but
think
refuses
people like
to
her
encourage
existed.
my bullshit.
Not
The streets
anymore.
hum with traffic,
Not the kind who
distant
look at you
sirens
really
wailing
look
like
when
the
you don't have a
city's
name
lullaby.
or an address
Carol
or a
walks
past.
fast, sharp
Not the kind who
elbows,
curse
no
out
nonsense
doctors and
gait,
shop for you
cutting
like
through
they've known you
people
for
like
years
she's
instead of
allergic to
days.
bullshit.
She didn't owe
I
me
stay
a
close
damn
behind,
thing.
watching her
I wasn't her
navigate the
friend.
chaos like she
I wasn't
owns
even
it,
her patient
like
anymore.
nothing phases
But she
her,
still pressed
like
that
she's
50
carved
into my
out her
hand
space in
with
the
a muttered,
city with a
"Don't be
scalpel
stupid."
and a
And this
temper.
look on
We
her
hit the
face, like
subway
if I
and
got
she doesn't
hit
even
by a
ask.
bus,
Just
she'd
taps her
personally
Metro
beat the
card
paramedics
twice.
to the
No
scene and drag
ceremony,
me back
no big
inside.
deal.
Now,
Like
I'm
it's normal to
standing
pay
in front of the
fare for your
hospital
stray
with 50
amnesiac
bucks a
project.
sling.
I
and a
stand there
name
feeling
that doesn't
useless,
belong
weighing
to
the
me.
ridiculousness of
Crash.
trying to
The
stop
social
her with
worker
the
said
fact
a
that the
shelter
last
was
cash
a
I
few
had was
blocks
hers.
away.
What am
Said
I going
they'd
to
help
do?
me call
Argue
around to the
about her buying
precincts,
me a
maybe
$2
print out a
ride with
list
her
of
own
missing
50?
persons. The turnstile beeps. Maybe if
And
I'm
she
lucky,
doesn't wait.
someone somewhere has
She's
been
already
wondering where the
halfway
hell
down
I
the
went.
stairs,
Or maybe
shoulders
I'm no
hunched
one.
into her coat
But hell,
hair,
if Carol
still
gave enough of a
spilling
shit
down
to
like it's
see
got
me
its
under
own
all the
damn
broken,
attitude.
maybe I'm worth
People
finding.
look.
Okay,
I
that
see
hope.
it.
That stubborn,
Some
flickering
sideways
little
glances.
spark Carol lit under
Me
my ribs.
in my dirty
It
hoodie
lasts
and Castor in her
exactly 2
tired
days.
scrubs
I walk
and
around
messy
New York
hair.
like a jackass with no GPS
We don't
and a
match.
half-baked brain.
Not in any
Hood up,
obvious
arm
way.
aching in the
But she
sling
either
face,
doesn't
tightening
notice
every time
or doesn't
someone
give a
looks
single
at me too
fuck.
long.
And honestly, I
That
hit
might be
every
my favorite
precinct
thing
within
about
walking
her.
distance.
We ride
and
the
the stations in
damn near
silence,
destroy
the
my
rattle of the
souls.
train filling the space
I tell my
between
story
us.
over and over. Names crash.
It's warm.
Not really no
Too
ID.
warm.
No
Like the
memory.
air's
Woke up
been
in St.
breathed
Eliot's with
1,000
nothing but a
times
headache
already
and good bone structure.
and
They
recycled through
smile.
regrets and strangers.
They nod.
My arm
They tell me they'll
aches.
check the system.
She leans
Then they
against
look
the
up at
pole,
me
eyes half
with this
closed,
polite,
and I watch her
dead-eyed
profile
sympathy,
like a goddamn
like I'm a
creep,
sad dog
soaking up the
someone
lines
dropped
of
off
her
at the wrong
exhaustion.
house.
Then
Nothing.
our stop hits.
No
She grabs
missing
my
person
hand to pull me
report.
off the train.
No
And holy
match.
shit, I feel
No
it down to my
leads.
bones.
Apparently,
Her fingers
no one
wrap
gives a
around
flying
mine
fuck
like it's
that I
natural,
vanished from somewhere.
like it's just a thing
The
she
shelter's
does.
Christ.
And the warmth of her hand
First one
ignites
smells
something
like
in my
piss and
chest.
despair.
I can't name.
Second one's full.
Nothing
Third
romantic.
one
Not exactly.
hands me a foam mat and
Just
a warning to sleep light.
real.
The guy next
Like
to me
being
on the
tethered
floor
again,
coughs all
even if
night
just for
and
a
mutters
second.
in his sleep
She
about
lets
fire.
go the moment we hit
I
the
lie
sidewalk,
awake staring at
and
the
the cold
cracked
rushes feeling,
back in,
wondering
like
if
it was
I've
waiting
ever
to
killed a
punish
man
me.
for feeling anything at all.
The worst part
We
is,
walk 2 blocks in silence,
I don't
feet
know.
echoing in puddles and grit,
Maybe I was a good
until
person.
she finally turns
Maybe
the
I
corner
wasn't.
and
On the
nods
second
toward a
night,
building.
I make the stupid decision to
Old,
stay
maybe
outside.
pre-war,
Just one night I tell myself,
faded brick,
fresh air, stars,
metal gate.
whatever. Big
No
mistake.
buzzers.
The streets at night,
Just
holy
a good,
fucking
solid
shit.
deadbolt.
People scream
and the
at
smell
shadows.
of someone cooking
Cops
something
cruise
heavy
by
and
like
garlic
vultures with
laced on the
guns.
second floor.
A guy tries to sell me
fancy,
pills
not
out of a
new,
McDonald's cup,
definitely not
and then calls me
gentrified.
a pretty
And then
bitch
we're at
when I
her
ignore
apartment
him.
door.
5th floor.
Rats
no
the
elevator.
size of house cats scattered
My
down an
arms
alley
throbbing
near
by the
9th
time
and
we get there.
33rd.
And Carol's only
I
winded
swear one
because
of
she's
them
been
looked
up
at
for
me like he
17
knew I
hours
didn't
and
belong.
fueled by nothing but caffeine,
Cla-
sarcasm,
ow,
and
in the
pure
how.
spite.
She
I curl
jams
up
the
behind
key
a
in the
dumpster
lock
around
like it
2
insulted
a.m.
her once,
one hand
twists,
still on
and
the
pushes the
42
door
bucks I've
open
got
with a
left,
practiced
and I wonder
shoulder
if this is
shove.
it. Light flicks
If I
on
just
with a
live here
soft
now,
click, and I
a
just
blank slate with no
stop.
pen.
Because fuck,
A ghost with abs.
it's cozy.
And a name that sounds
no
like
scratch,
a punchline.
that it's heaven.
I miss Carol.
It's the kind
Which
of
is
space that
insane,
wraps
because I
around
don't
you
even
like
really
a
know
thick
her.
blanket on a cold
But
day.
hell, she's the last
Warm.
person who looked at me like I was
Lived
real. Like
A
I
tiny
mattered.
shoebox
Maybe
of an
tomorrow I go
apartment
back.
studio,
Or maybe I
style,
disappear
no walls,
completely.
no doors.
One more night
just
like
one
this, and I
room,
might not even
trying
care
its hardest
which.
to be
The
five.
next morning tastes like
There's
rust
a small
and
bed
old regret.
tucked in the far
My
corner
back's
with a
fucked
comforter
from sleeping
that
on
looks so
concrete.
soft.
My
I might
arm
commit
throbs
crimes
like it's
for it.
pissed I
A
ever
washer
dared to
dryer
move.
combo sits
I feel
smugly
grimy
against the
like the
kitchen
city's
wall like
crawled
a
into
trophy
my
she
skin
probably had
and
to
is planning to
sacrifice
live
a
there
limb to get.
rent-free.
I wipe the
living
corner
room.
of my mouth.
Barely
and
a
sit up
joke.
slow. Just a tiny
Some
beat-up love
guy's
seat that's
pissing
probably
against the
seen more
wall
takeout
across
and
from
bad
me,
TV than
whistling
it has
off
actual
key.
guests. And
A
a
girl
TV the
walks
size of a
by with
lunch
dead
tray on a
eyes
crooked
and a
hoodie
IKEA
2
stand.
sizes too big.
But there's
clutching
art
a
on the
plastic
walls.
bag like it's the
Real
last
art,
thread holding
not
her
hospital
together.
motivational crap.
No one looks at me
A
twice.
poster for Jaws.
I'm invisible.
I
A
used
framed
to hate
print
that I
of
couldn't
some
remember who I
abstract
was.
cityscape.
Now I think it might be a
Fairy
fucking mercy.
tacked up around
Because
the
out
window,
here,
casting
being
a
nobody is
soft
safer.
amber glow.
I get up,
that
pull
makes
my
the
hoodie
whole
tighter,
place look like
and
a
start
scene from a
walking
movie
again.
where people kiss in
No
kitchens
real
and
destination,
spill wine
just
on the
movement.
floor.
It's not
As long
much,
as I'm
she
moving,
says,
I'm
towing
not
off her shoes
completely
by the door.
unraveling. I buy a
But it
shitty
beats the
coffee
shelter.
from a corner
She says it
cart
like it's nothing, like
and
she's
sit
not
on a
offering
bench
me the
near
only
Bryant
soft
Park
place
watching
I've seen
people
in
pass.
days. I stand in the doorway
Businessmen,
like
joggers,
an idiot swallowing
tourists,
Carol,
with too much camera gear.
I say,
They all
my
have
voice
somewhere to
rough,
be,
cracked at the edges.
something to do.
This
Names,
is the
memories,
best thing I've
little
seen in my
digital
entire
trails
fucking
that
life.
prove they exist.
She snorts.
I've got a
kicks off
wrinkled
her other
5, a
shoe,
loose shoelace,
and flicks her hair
and the
out
ghost
of
of
the
Carol's
scrunchie like
voice in
she's
my
shedding
head
her whole day
telling
with
me
it.
not to be stupid. Then
And
you've had a
damn it,
really shit week
I miss
crash.
her.
She
Not
shrugs
just
off her
because she
jacket
saved my
and
ass with
hooks it with the
clothes
kind
and money.
of bone-deep
Not because she
exhaustion
was the
that
last
says
warm
she's done
voice in
being
a
a
sea
nurse
of
for the
static.
day, even if she's
I
still
miss her
stuck
because she
taking
saw
care of
me.
one last stray.
Even when I
Go
was
take a
blank
shower,
page,
she says,
even when I didn't
already
know what
kicking
the
her
fuck
bag
I
into
was
the
worth.
corner with
She looked
practice
at me like I
chaos.
wasn't disposable.
Clean
And
towels
that-
under the sink.
That
I got
shit
some new
stinks.
razors in the drawer
By
too,
noon,
in case you want
I'm
to shave
standing
that sad
outside
little
St.
beard
Elliot's
situation
again,
you got going.
heart
I
doing
blink
this
at her,
dumb
still
little
rooted
flutter,
to the same
like I'm
goddamn
16,
floorboard, like
and
I'm
about
not
to
sure this
ask
isn't a
someone to prom.
hallucination.
I
You
don't
sure
know
I
what I'm
ask,
hoping
voice
for.
stupid small.
That
Her
she's
head
on
snaps
shift,
toward me like I
that
just
she'll
asked
see
if
me
water's wet.
and not roll her eyes
She raises
and say,
a brow already halfway to
Jesus,
biting sarcasm.
you again.
Yeah,
I tell myself
she
I
says
just
dry
want to
as
say
hell.
thanks again.
No way I'm letting
Maybe
you sleep
return
with
the
the
favor
street still
somehow.
on you.
You
You
see
smell
her
like
regret
regret
me
and
and call me an
rainwater,
idiot one
and
more
I don't
time.
want that funk on my
Something,
sheets.
anything.
I finally
Because
step
out here,
further and
hope
toe
doesn't
off my
last.
boots by the
But
door like
maybe,
she did and glance
just
toward the
maybe,
bathroom.
it's
Carol
small.
does.
Hey, Carol, Rhonda
Smells
calls,
like
not even
lavender
looking up
and
from
whatever
the
the
med
hell
cart.
normal
Her
life
voice
is supposed
coated
to
in the
smell like.
usual crusty
There's
don't
a
give a
towel
shit.
folded on the
You
sink
got someone
already,
near
like
exit
she knew
9
I'd
looking
agree
for
before
you.
I did.
I slow
I
down,
turn
frown.
back toward
Who-
her.
She shrugs
Thanks,
one
Carol.
shoulder like I
She
just
doesn't
asked
look
her to
up
do
from whatever she's
calculus.
unpacking.
Just
Don't
don't
know.
clog the drain with
Not
street
your
gunk,
secretary,
she
Atkins.
mutters.
Just said
Or
your name.
blood. I'm not
Didn't
mopping
even
an
ask
anything red
politely.
tonight.
I stop
Right?
dead.
Definitely not a
My
softie.
brain does
I
this
shut
little
the bathroom
jolt
door
like a
behind
skipped
me
heartbeat and lean
or a
against
caffeine
it for a second,
overdose
chest
because
tight,
there's only
with
one
something
person dumb enough to
dangerously
show up
close
without
to
an
emotion.
appointment and bold enough to
Maybe
just throw my
gratitude.
name around like confetti.
Maybe just
crash.
the fact
4
that for the
days.
first time since waking
It's
up
been
in that
4
sterile
days
hospital
since I
room,
watched him
I
walk
don't
out of this
feel
hospital
completely
in the clothes
fucking
I
alone.
bought and the name I gave him, and I've been trying like
And
hell
all
not to
because
think
some
about it ever
overworked,
since.
foul-mouthed nurse
Not wondering
refused
if he
to
found
look
a
the other
shelter.
way. I take a
Not
shower.
wondering if
I
someone
hesitate
came
at
for
first
him.
because, I feel like an
family,
intruder using
a
her
lover,
stuff.
Her bathroom's
dog.
clean, not fancy,
Something.
but clearly hers
Someone.
pink razor on the
Anyone.
shelf.
Because if there's nothing waiting for him out there
that smells
makes
like
all
vanilla
this too goddamn
and probably
heavy.
soft memories.
And I don't do
and the
heavy.
kind of shampoo
I huff
that
out a breath,
smells
flick
like it was
Rhonda's
made for
arm
people
just
who
enough to
still
get her to
believe in
flinch.
good mornings.
If
Lemon
it's a
and
Jehovah's
strawberry,
Witness again,
bright
I'm
and
gonna
sweet.
stab you with a
The kind
thermometer.
of scent that
If
doesn't
it's a
belong
boyfriend,
on a
I'm
guy
sending
who
him to
spent a
psych.
week
She mutters,
marinating in
popping
street
pills
sweat
into
and
labeled
bad
cups
decisions.
like it's target
I pump a
practice.
blob into
I
my
roll
palm,
my eyes
grimace
and
a
turn
little,
toward
and mutter
exit
to myself,
9,
"Sorry,
heart,
Carol,"
doing a thing
before
it really
working
shouldn't
into
like
my
fluttering.
hair.
Twice.
Gross.
Because holy fuck, I needed this.
I
I'm a
scrub
goddamn
myself
professional,
like I'm
not
trying
some
to
intern with
erase
a
the
crush
last
and a
4
box of
days.
gauze.
It's
Like
stupid.
if I scrub
I know
hard
it's
enough,
stupid.
the
I
concrete
barely know
will
this
melt
guy.
off my skin.
I changed his sheets.
and the memories will crawl
I
back
bandaged
into
his
place.
wounds. I insulted
My
his
casted
memory
arm
and bought
is
him
a pain
underwear.
in the ass. Awkward angles,
Then
water
I
I
shoved
have to keep
50
away
bucks
from the
in his
rap.
hand like some
But I
kind of
manage.
streetwise
I
Florence
work
Nightingale
around it
with a
like
debit
it's a
card
part of me
and
now,
unresolved
because
issues.
for all I know,
So yeah,
it
definitely
is.
stupid.
And the water
But when I
hot
push through the
and
double
steady
doors and step into the
feels
chilly
like the
breeze off
closest
exit
thing
9,
to heaven
it
I've
hits
had
me
in
like
years.
someone just juiced a defib
or
straight to my
days.
chest.
Crash.
Or however
He's leaning
long
against the wall like
I've
a
actually
kicked dog.
existed like this.
Hair greasy, that
My
perfect
sense
dark
of
mess,
time's
now
shot
weighed
to
down
hell.
with grime and
But
regret.
one thing's certain.
There's
This is the
scruff
first
growing
time I
on his
felt
jaw,
clean
just
in a week.
enough to be called
Clean,
a beard,
but also exposed.
if you squint,
Naked in the
and lower your
truest, most
standards.
humiliating sense.
Because
the
I
hoodie's
shouldn't
stained
be
now,
here.
the sweat sagging
I
at the
shouldn't be
knees
in
like they've
Carol's
seen some
shower.
shit.
Using her lemon
those
strawberry
eyes,
shampoo
fucking hell,
standing
those
on her
eyes.
bath mat.
They're sunk and
touching the
hollow,
things
and they
she
flick to me
trusts in the
like maybe
space
I'm
she
the
let me
only
into.
thing still
It's
tethering
needed.
him to the
It's a
planet.
fucking gift.
Crash, I say.
And it's so
because
goddamn
apparently
embarrassing that
my
I have to
brain
blink
shorted
fast
out,
and bite
and
the
we're
inside
doing
of my
dumb
cheek
today.
to stop
He
anything from
straightens,
slipping out
kind
with
of.
the steam. I rinse off
Shifts
one
his
last
weight
time,
like
breathing
he
through
forgot
it,
how to
trying to
stand
keep it
like a
together.
person. Then I dry off with the towel
Hey,
she
Carol.
left soft, fluffy.
He
smells
says,
like
voice so
detergent
soft,
and sanity.
it's barely
And I
there.
immediately hit a wall.
A
You
very
good?
naked,
Am I
no
good?
options,
Jesus
oh fuck what
fucking
now
Christ,
kind of
what
wall.
the hell happened
Because
to you?
yeah,
I bark,
right.
stepping
I
closer,
don't have clothes.
trying to assess
Not real
without
ones.
letting the nurse in
Not
me
clean
completely
ones.
override the person.
Just the same
You
grimy
look like you
ass
got
hoodie
mugged by
and
the
sweatpants
sidewalk.
I've been
He
wearing
huffs
since
a
the
sad
hospital
little laugh,
kicked me out
hands
like a
buried in the
used
front
tissue.
pocket of the hoodie, like he's
They're in a
afraid
heap
they'll betray
now,
him.
smelling like 5 days of
Close.
street funk and
More
sadness.
like mugged by the entire
and there's
city.
no
My
goddamn
throat
way I'm putting them
tightens.
back on after that
I want
slice
to
of
yell at
shower
him.
heaven. So I
I
do
want to
the
hug
only
him.
thing I can do,
I
wrap
want
the
to drag
towel
him
around
back
my waist
inside
like I'm in a
and
soap
bathe him
opera,
myself,
and hope
which
to
is
God
exactly the
I
kind
don't
of mental
flash
image
anything.
I need to squash
Then
immediately.
awkwardly crack
You said you
open
had
her
a
bathroom
plan,
door
I
with the
mutter,
offending
stepping
pile of
close enough
clothes in
to
my
smell the
hands.
sweat and rain on him.
Carol recall voice
This wasn't
had
a fucking
squeak.
plan,
Yeah.
Crash. This is a
She answers from
cautionary
the living room
tale.
casual.
I tried,
And then I
he
see her,
says,
and
and
holy
hits
fucking
different.
hell.
She's
Not
not in
pathetic,
scrubs anymore.
Not whining.
She's
just
barefoot, golden hair,
tired.
wild and loose.
Shelters were full.
Wearing
Cops
this
were
soft,
useless.
oversized T-shirt.
No one's
that
looking
hangs
for me,
off
Carol.
one shoulder
And
like a
damn
sin.
it, if that doesn't
and
sting
tiny
worse than
cotton
I
shorts
expected.
that are not
That look on
helping
his
my brain
face,
function
lost
in
frayed
any
at the
capacity.
edges
like a page that's been
Her
turned
legs are
too many
bare
times,
smooth,
sticks in
and
my
those
chest
shorts,
like a
Jesus.
fucking splinter.
They cling
I
to her
glance
hips
back at the
like they were
hospital, at
custom
safety
made for the
rules
express
protocol,
purpose
all the
of
shit I'm
killing me
supposed to
where I
care
stand.
about.
Then
She
I look at
turns
him again,
slightly eyebrow
and none of it
raised.
matters.
What's the
Have you
matter?
eaten
And I
anything,
blink.
I ask?
Once, crossing my
Twice.
arms like I'm not already plotting
Brain
6
rebooting.
backup plans
I
and a grocery
I don't
run.
have
He
clothes.
lifts one shoulder barely.
I say, don't worry about
Dumb.
me. He
So
says.
fucking dumb.
Still got some
I'm
money
standing
left.
here with her
And then,
towel
like, he
barely
hates
hanging
himself
on
for
and a
it.
pile of biohazard
His
in my
voice goes
arms.
quiet.
And all I
Real
can do
quiet.
is stare at the
I
curve
just-
of her ass
I just
and think,
wanted
you
to see you.
absolute idiot,
Shit.
stop
That
ogling your
soft,
savior.
pathetic little
She eyes
thread
the
of a
clothes in
sentence
me, wraps around
right.
something I don't
Fuck.
let people
I would wear the
touch.
towel
I
forever.
sigh
I add
and shove a
deadpan,
hand through
but
my
I don't
hair,
want to scar you for
already
life.
knowing where this
She
is
snorts.
going. Already
Please.
preparing for Rhonda
I've seen
to call me a
worse.
fucking lunatic
One
when
of
she
our
finds out.
residents got
You
naked
can't
in the
go
middle
on
of
like
the
this,
ER
Crash.
once and
I
started
don't know what
singing
to do.
opera. Was
He
it better
says, eyes on
or
the ground,
worse
like they're
than what's
too heavy
happening
to lift
now?
anymore.
Yeah,
I Well, I
ask.
say I do.
She walks
His
toward her
eyes
dresser,
flicker
muttering,
that same
slightly less
spark
awkward,
I
believe
saw
it or
in
not.
his hospital
I watch her
bed
dig around
when I forced
and
mashed
it's pure
potatoes into his
goddamn
mouth
torture.
and told him to
Her
suck
legs
it up.
flex,
Half
that shirt
hope,
rides
half
up
disbelief.
just enough to expose
You're coming
the
home with
danger
me.
zone. and
I
I
say
have
firm,
to physically
no
look away
hesitation.
before I pop
What he
this towel
echoes,
clean
voice
off my
cracking like
body.
a kid
Here
caught
she says,
shoplifting.
tossing me a
No,
pair of
I
soft, fluffy
can't.
sweats and a
Carol,
worn-in
come
t-shirt
on.
that
You've
smells
done
like
enough.
I catch
Clothes,
them like
money,
they're
whatever
priceless
you-
artifacts.
And that's called basic
Thanks,
fucking
I mutter,
decency.
throat
I
dry.
cut in.
No problem,
Pointing
she
at him
says.
like I might
Like it's
slap
the
sense
easiest
into him.
goddamn thing in the world.
I didn't knit you a
Leave those
sweater.
by
I
the
bought
door.
you sweats.
I'll toss them in
Relax.
the wash.
I hesitate.
You're not a
glance down
stray.
at the
I
festering
rescued
pile
from a
of
burning
street-flavored
barn.
shame in my
He
hands.
opens his mouth probably to argue
Okay.
again.
I do
So
as
I
I'm told,
steamroll the
because
shit
what
out
the
of
hell
him.
else am I
Look,
gonna do?
we both know
Argue
you're
while
not
half
some
naked
junkie
in her
or a criminal.
hallway.
The bathroom
If you
door
were those
clicked
genius
shut
cops,
behind
would have
me,
tackled your
and
pretty
I
ass to the
finally
pavement days
breathed.
ago. So no, you're not
I
dangerous.
pull on the
You're
clothes
just
she gave me.
fucked.
He
The
huffs a little
t-shirt
like he
is
might
soft
laugh, but
and
forgot
somehow
how. So I say
smells
again,
exactly like comfort,
Stepping closer,
like Carol's
looking him
shampoo
dead in
and
those
dryer
tired
sheets,
gray eyes.
and a long exhale.
You're
after
coming
a
home
bad
with
day.
me. You'll
It's
shower,
big enough to fit me.
eat something
stretches
that didn't
across
come
my
from a
chest
vending machine,
without choking
and sleep
me,
on an
which is a
actual
miracle
bed
in itself.
until we figure
The
out
sweats
what
are
the hell
worn
the
in as
universe
hell.
did to your head.
The
waistband's
I raise a
loose, like
brow.
maybe it used to
Okay.
be
He
tight,
stares
but
at
gave
me
up after a
stunned.
few too many pizzas.
Like I just offered him
And
a
the
winning
legs?
lottery ticket and a kidney.
Yeah, they hit
Okay,
about
he says
3 inches
quiet.
above my
Good,
ankles, like
I
they're
mutter,
staging
already
a quiet
walking past
rebellion
him, because
against
if
my
you
height.
argued one more
But
time,
it's fine.
I was going to
More
start
than
dragging you
fine.
by the hood.
It's the best
He
goddamn
trails
outfit I've
behind me
worn
into
all
the
week.
hospital
I
like a
step back
kicked
out
dog
and
who
immediately
just
catch
found
the
a
low hum
half-open
of her
door
washer in the
and
corner.
isn't sure
She
if he's
already
allowed to
started the
cross the
load.
threshold.
My gross
Hood up,
hoodie and
eyes low, that
pants are
scruffy
probably
jaw
doing
working like he's
somersaults in there,
chewing on
drowning
guilt.
in detergent
The
and
sight
her
of him shuffling
unexpected
down the hall
kindness.
behind me,
She's
all long
perched
limbs
on
and
this
hesitation.
rickety little stool by her kitchen island, one knee up, elbow on the counter, stuffing her face with something that smells like sin in pasta form. Steam's still curling from the plate. Her golden hair's a mess around her shoulders, and she's eating like someone who's been starving all day, which, knowing her, she probably has. Come eat, she mumbles around a mouthful fork, stabbing into another bite. It's broccoli pasta. I don't even hesitate. I walk over like gravity's yanked me across the room. Did you cook this while I was showering? Or did it just appear out of fucking nowhere? She shrugs, chewing. I meal prep. Because unlike you, I don't survive off hospital sandwiches and existential dread. I smirk, grabbing the extra plate she's already set out for me. Hey, I was trying to keep the tuna industry alive, all right? She rolls her eyes. Well, congrats, you graduated to vegetables and carbs. Eat up crash. You look like you haven't had anything warm in days. She's right. And god damn it, this broccoli pasta tastes like home. We eat side-by-side plates balanced on the tiny kitchen island like we're pretending it's a full dining table. It's not, but I don't give a shit. I'm stuffing my face like a goddamn maniac. It's hot, there's garlic, there's cheese, actual cheese, not the weird powder shit from vending machines, and I can't stop. I don't want to stop. Carol eats slower, more measured, like someone who's learned to savor small things because she doesn't always get them. Me, I'm inhaling this pasta like I might wake up tomorrow and it'll all be gone. Her, the apartment, the warmth, the fucking broccoli. After a while, she leans her elbow on the counter and glances at me, fork twirling lazily. Have you remembered anything? She asks, voice low, casual, but I know that tone. That quiet, just in case, hope laced under the sarcasm. I swallow hard and shake my head. No, still nothing. No flashes, no names, no tragic backstory. Just blank space and a pounding sense of not knowing who the fuck I am. She watches me a second, then nods like she expected it. Not disappointed, not surprised. Just Carol. Calm in a way that makes you want to trust her with your worst shit. Okay, she says, dragging the last bit of pasta through the sauce. Then fuck it. We're not pushing it tonight. I glance at her. Let's give you some days to rest. She continues, like it's obvious. Sleep properly, shower, eat shit that doesn't come out of a gas station or a wrapper with a warning label. She looks at me again, sharp eyes, soft for once.
Give your brain something to think about that's not, am I gonna freeze to death? Or will someone steal my shoes while I sleep?
I let out a breath I didn't know I'd been holding. It comes out shaky, pathetic. She nudges my knee with hers. We'll deal with the rest later, Crash. One fucking thing at a time.
Goddamn.
This woman, she's half angel, half chainsaw. And right now, she's the only thing keeping me from falling apart.
Thanks. I mutter, and I mean it more than anything I've said since I woke up in that hospital bed.
Don't get emotional, she says, already scraping her plate. You'll make it weird. I smile, can't help it. It's small, maybe crooked, but it's real. The kind of smile that only comes after 2 full plates of hot food, a warm room, and someone giving half a damn whether you live or die.
We keep eating, no pressure, no forced conversation. She refills my plate without a word, like it's muscle memory. Like feeding strays is just part of her nightly routine now. I don't argue. I'm too full and too fucking content to question anything.
Eventually, the plates are scraped clean, and the weight of the day starts settling into my bones. It's sleep time. My body's dragging me down like it's about to collapse, whether I like it or not. So I head toward the love seat, because yeah, there's only one bed, and it's hers. The love seat probably hasn't fit a human man since the Clinton administration. I'll have to fold in half like a dying spider to even try to lie down. But it's warm. It's safe. It's not a fucking sidewalk behind a Dunkin' Donuts, and that's enough. I start gathering the extra pillow she tossed on it earlier, and I'm about to settle into my pathetic little cocoon when I hear her voice from the bed.
Crash.
I look up. She's standing by her mattress, already in that oversized shirt again. Hair, a messy golden halo. One leg tucked under her like she's trying to get comfortable. She jerks her chin toward the bed. Come on, you take the right side. I sleep on the side that's against the window. I blink confused. Wait, what?
You heard me.
I'm fine here. I stammer. I don't want to shit. I'm not trying to cross a line or... Jesus. She cuts in, rubbing a hand down her face. You're not gonna fuck me in your sleep, Crash. Calm down. I choke on nothing. That's not what the fuck, Carol. She rolls her eyes. Look, the love seat's gonna fold you in half like a lawn chair, and I'm not calling 911 because you tried to sleep like a pretzel. My bed's big enough. I don't care. Just don't snore or steal the blanket and we'll survive the night. I hesitate. You sure? She climbs into bed and throws the blanket over herself like she's done arguing. If I wasn't, I'd be pushing your lanky ass out the window.
Right.
Fuck it.
I walk over, heart pounding in my ears, like this is somehow more intimate than showering in her soap and eating her leftovers. I ease onto the mattress, slowly careful not to take up too much space. The sheets are warm. The pillow smells like her. I try not to think about it too hard. She doesn't look at me, just pulls the blanket up to her chin. Sleep, Crash. Yeah, I murmur, sinking back. Good night, Carol. Good night, she says. Then after a beat, if you fart in your sleep, I will suffocate you with a pillow. 1. Duly noted.